Well, then 2019 rolls around. Leading up to March 29th, you had mentioned that Eric Holder, a.k.a. Shitty Cuz, was basically running around the neighborhood trying to get people to listen to CD. Did you know Eric Holder before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not as tight as me and Nipsey, but I want to say 06 through 09, because I know I was smoking dope pretty tough. I had the whole hood on fire. And he was one of the little youngsters at the spot serving. So I remember seeing him when I, go buy some dope or whatever it may be. That's how I really remember him. I never really spent time with him really functioning. Like me and Nip, we sat in the studios and we chilled. He was just a little youngster that I watched come up, but we never really had an in-depth relationship.
Okay. And like I said, 2 days before March 29th, there's a story he's basically trying to get people listening to CDs, and people didn't want to listen. He was like basically threatening them.
Well, to a certain extent, he was jumping out. He was really looking for problems. Honestly, in my heart, I know for sure he didn't come there looking for Nip. You know what I mean? He came to the hood wanting some problems for sure. You know what I mean? Jumping out with 2 pistols, you're gonna find problems. I don't care. Any hood you jump out. You know what I mean? So yeah, he was jumping out. A lot of people putting a lot of emphasis saying Nipsey called him a snitch. Nipsey never called him a snitch, not one time.
Well, let's talk about that. So March 31st, 2019, you guys are hanging out in the plaza in front of the Marathon store.
Yes, sir.
What was Nipsey's overall demeanor that day?
He was just chill. He had pulled up, talking, we shaking hands or whatever. We had just did the DJ Khaled video a couple days prior, and I'm sitting there like, man, I was like, man, you finally made it. I think maybe I don't know if it was like 2 days before that, I seen him and Lauren London on the 4-wheeler. They going down Slauson. I'm like, boy, put a helmet on that girl, man. He riding by. So the next day I come to work, that nigga in the parking lot on the 4-wheeler, it's 7 in the morning, that nigga sitting in the parking lot rolling them up a backwood. I said, nigga, you bored. Nigga, you ain't got nothing to do. Like, come on to the back. I took him to the back. I showed him the storeroom. He had a big storeroom in the back. It was a whole big ass store, but my job was to organize it. So he hadn't been back there since I started organizing it. So he came back there. He's like, damn, I never seen it this organized. So that day we had told him like, man, you finally made it. He worked every day of his career. He never took a day off. I said, man, how could you do it? I can't see you flying here. You back. You did. Back to the studio. I couldn't, I'm an old guy. I can't do it. I can't. That man, he worked so damn hard. And for me to see him take that week off and up and down the street with Lauren in the morning, I got my coffee. He like, man, try this tea, man. Get that shit out of here. Nip back home, Nip here. Nip always was in town, but he was moving. Now all this week, Nip is just like, okay, we did the DJ Khaled around the corner. Nip is in the parking lot early in the morning. We smoking some bud. It was a cool LA vibe. We was just chilling,